Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Southeast Europe Championships here. It is the grand finals, and pick and bans are straight away underway. I am Lee Deman Smith, and of course, joining me is Jason Kaplan.
I love when you say my name.
It's the Kaplan Saplins. It's now a thing.
Dude, the schnozzes on those things are ridiculous.
I know. I'm looking at it.
Thanks. I appreciate that.
So here we go. Pick and bans. Right, Jace being banned out. This time around, it is Dark Passage as the blue team banning out first, of course. They lost game one. So far, purple team or red team, whichever you prefer, colorblind or not, are 2-0 up technically, but it's 1-1 all square. LeBlanc and Zed being banned out once again by different dimensions. Direct damage. I keep trying to say that. I don't know why.
Is it like a Battlefield team or something?
DD, direct damage. It's like a standard term for MMOs and stuff
really?
like that. RPGs, yeah.
Okay.
So, Maokai, banned out. Wow, no Kaplan Saplins. How rude. How rude.
Racist.
Racist?
I don't know.
Nosist. I'm
yeah,
sure.
Nosist.
Final ban, will it be? That's the question. A lot of mid laner bans once again focused towards Naru. I think
Ari.
Well, Lissandra's available. Possibly Lissandra. Ari once again.
It's banned every game.
Yeah, it has been.
Just like, yes, that's a guaranteed one I'm going to get right. Yeah, so been a lot of mid laners yet again here. Wouldn't be surprised to see Lissandra picked up.
What snuck through here? Something snuck through.
Lissandra.
Well, Lissandra, but there's something else. Nara snuck through.
Oh, yeah. Good point.
So, let's see. Are they going to go with it? Yes, they are.
Yes, they are.
Yes, they are.
Oh, I've missed this.
Gnar. They've picked it up. So, okay. With the Gnar now locked in the top, what will they do to counter it? Now, you don't want to pick an Aurelia against it, really. I don't think you want to pick a Jax against it either.
You don't want to pick much against it.
No, like Gnar is pretty strong. What? That's got to be a... Okay, that's Syndra. That's Syndra, ladies and gentlemen. That's not Heimerdinger. Calm your dongers down.
I shouldn't have clicked that for you.
Calm
just
your dongers down. That is actually Syndra. So that's going to be Syndra in the top lane, in the mid lane for Mage Bane. So that's also snuck through actually the band's phase. So that's another one. And Thresh, of course, locked in once again. So they're letting Jarvan and Lee Sin Choice go over towards that passage.
And just to remind you guys out there what a placeholder is, since a lot of people always ask why the hell are they picking Heimerdinger, blah, blah, blah. So what a placeholder is, it's when you want to pick a champion in a certain order, but you obviously don't have that champion when it's your turn to pick. So you pick up someone else that most likely won't be played. You tell the other team that this champion represents champion Y, and then obviously you have to remake the game after everyone has picked up all their champions. So obviously that Syndra will be that Heimerdinger, and it looks like Pantheon. Crystal, you know, he didn't have a bad game on Pantheon. Yeah. I feel like he still wasn't that effective. He still wasn't that proactive in his ganks because Anon was just all over him whenever he tried to go for them. But he did get his top lane going a little bit. He definitely camped that one quite a bit to help out Jax. And I wouldn't be surprised to see that picked up again.
Yeah, so we'll see if it works out. And it's going to be the Pantheon Janna. Okay, so Janna coming back out.
That used to be such an old school lane. You take a red pot as Pantheon, and you have a Janna who gives you the shield for the extra AD. And you would just instantly kill an AD carry at level 1.
I wonder if we'll see the Steelback going with Corki once again. I wonder if we'll see him poke towards that one. With Syndra in the mid lane.
I'm surprised to not see Graves coming out of either team so far.
This is a possible. It was banned in game 1. Would certainly give us something to look at, for sure, if he gets picked in there.
Yeah, I mean, I luckily had the privilege of playing Rek'Sai in one game, the Poro King.
We're going Rek'Sai or Rexar?
Is it SAI or SAR?
SAI.
SAI?
Rek'Sai. We'll go Rek'Sai. Yeah, we'll go Sai.
Okay, so yeah, okay. I wouldn't be surprised to see him picked. Both teams are actually asking if he is available to play. And Radmans, you have the ruin of both teams have had the same amount of time to play him. So obviously, if you want to invest the time into it, then go ahead. But it's interesting to see how he's actually going to work out. His whole tunneling system is really cool to see, or her. She does a lot of damage when you build tanky as well. Not to mention the range snipes if you want to go Civ HD style. But I really want to see how it's going to be played in competitive scene. Like, it has such potential as a champion. And we'll find out.
Syndra versus Xerath in mid lane, but with a Rek'Sai, that's a risky pick. A slow-moving champion where Rek'Sai could be burying at you. I'm not sure about that one. Maybe that's okay. We'll see how it works out. Again, Corki, third game running. Steelback's gone for that one, so very much one-dimensional for him. He's not in the different dimension team, though, so it's all right. Graves was also locked in there, so we're going to see Graves for the first time from... I was about to say dominate. It's a dominant. Because it's technically a U, so it's not quite dominant, but he's got an O in this one. It's Domi Le Player. No, it's not going to be Fiora. No, please.
Well, actually, no, yeah, it probably won't be Fiora.
Well, I mean,
actually, no, if she could be the counter to Gnar. Like,
maybe.
This could be a placeholder.
Not quite sure about a counter to Gnar, though. Gotta be honest.
I want to see if this is a placeholder. Oh, there's nothing yet. Okay. Yeah.
Malfight.
They kind of got like a Wombo combo S team as well. So you have the Malphite Unstoppable Force to knock him up. You have Rek'Sai's knock up as well from the Burrow. You have Graze's whole combo.
Where's Yasuo when you need him, eh?
I know, right? And then you have Cinder as well to burst someone down with. And I think the teams, so that actually will be a Malphite picked in here for the top. And against Gnar, though, they've got to be doing a lane swap. Malphite does not beat Gnar. Malphite doesn't really beat many people 1v1.
No. So we'll see if we could be the first game we actually have the lane swaps. We did have a couple of solo top laners getting themselves experience at the Krugs. We'll see how it works out. I'm kicking something under the desk. Sorry.
It's just a light. Don't worry
It's just a light. Don't worry. It's like if they spark out suddenly, it's my fault.
It's probably worth more than we are here.
It's maybe you.
Wow.
I'm back, ladies and gentlemen.
Damn.
So they're going to go through pick and bans anyway, quickly ban out everything so they can lock themselves in there. So we're going to get underway in just a few moments. So if you're unsure of what this tournament is, let's quickly explain it to you. It is the Southeast European Championships Grand Final. It's a best of 5, and it's between a whole bunch of teams from the Southeast Europe, obviously, region. So the Adriatic Sea. So I think of all the ex-Yugoslav states, or the not ex-Yugoslav states, the new Yugoslav states, which is, of course, what else is in there? Come on, you're not helping me.
You get paid more than
That's
me.
because
you know this.
Oh, well, okay. Slovakia, obviously, in Bosnia-Herzegovina, etc. Also Hungary, Bulgaria, Romania, Moldova, Turkey, Greece, of course, because that's who's in the final right now, as well as Cyprus. So basically, just think of all the sunny countries down in Southeast Europe that you would like to go on holiday in the summer. I certainly would. I haven't been for a long time. And they aren't obviously competing in esports. They're all getting a lot bigger, as we've seen throughout launches. Obviously, the Greek launch was huge for League of Legends. The Turkish scene is massive, like filling 10,000 stadiums regularly every grand finals they have. It is a gigantic scene over there. And obviously, we need to try and draw some attention to it. That's what it is, drawing them up and building, nurturing. I mean, when was the last time you heard of a top Bulgarian team or Hungarian team? Like, when did they get the chance? That's the problem. So, obviously, they need to be competing themselves because, let's face it, if you're going to have a Hungarian or Bulgarian team competing with a Scandinavian team on a Scandinavian server, you're not going to get much chance because your ping differential is going to be pretty enormous. It's not such a big deal in League of Legends, but this covers multiple games. So you've got the likes of StarCraft in there. I think it's going to be a multi-game tournament across a bunch of games that ESL obviously runs. So it's a good tournament to help bring up and nurture those regions. So,
I like how you bring up ping difference. Like, because in the U.S. where I come from,
you can tell I'm an FPS player.
To play East Coast from where I lived in West Coast, you had to play on like 100 ping.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. It's like welcome to Europe probably a few years ago. It's like, I remember the days of Counter-Strike 1.6. You'd be like, yeah, okay, we got a team. Oh, Christ, they're German. Oh, God.
Really?
Yeah, because you just get such packet loss. It used to be back then. Obviously, infrastructure's increased massively across the years, but back then it was a case, it's a lot better than it used to be, trust me. Trust me, it was hideous. You'd be like ISDN links and all sorts of packet loss. You'd be like, I can't even hit them, nothing's registering. But thankfully, that's not so much of a problem these days. Say Italian teams as well, but it's the same, by the way. Or you'd get a Scandinavian team that have like 2 ping, just like, well,
I know
screw
exactly
you guys.
What you wanted to say.
Screw you guys. Yeah, is pretty much what he'd say. When you're sat there with like as a British player and probably like a crappy 56k broadband modem, I'll go back that far, ladies and gentlemen.
So is that why there's never been any good British esports teams?
Well, there's that, and we just like to drink beer a lot. It's like
so you become
gaming's
casters.
not really cool
casters,
in the UK.
then.
We do, well, yeah. So we're like, yeah, we're actually crap at games, so we'll talk about them. And actually, we get away with it because we've got a decent accent.
I'm in an office of 6 other people who are British.
Yeah, you are.
I'm the only American.
Yeah, Kyle Harris, Apollo, myself, Pansy, Joe Miller, and Alex Machine now. Yeah, literally, you are the only American.
And Red Eye.
And Red Eye when he's available, yeah, when he's here. So, geez, wow, 7 English and 1 American.
We had another American here once.
We did.
We
It
did.
didn't last long.
No, we didn't.
It didn't last long, so we're not going to go back to that subject. Anyway, so if you have just tuned in, ladies and gentlemen, you're just wondering why myself, Deman, is casting and Jason Kaplan alongside me, or as we are now knowing him as the Kaplan Sapling, is...
You know, Skyne's gonna have a field day with that. Like he's watching.
I want to see Skyen making a little Kaplan Sapling now, just like little feet, running along, scuttling along with his gigantic nose.
Can you say little feet though? Like I mean,
well, no, you obviously, but the
proportionally.
sapling itself,
That's
it needs
true.
to be little feet.
That's
So
true.
we'll see how it goes. But it's good to be back. It's good to be
It's good
back
to have you
casting,
back.
especially
Yeah.
after our Christmas party last night. We're actually surprisingly lively. Thank you very much to our energy drink sponsors because it keeps us going.
Hold on,
No,
just-
wow,
do you
really?
wanna-
You're just
do you
gonna
wanna-
you're just
wait,
gonna
hold
hold the can up on 3. That's not very subtle. Not very subtle, ladies and gentlemen.
on. Oh, what? What? Oh, no, I was just thirsty.
Was it a tasty, thirsty beverage?
It was quite thirst quenching. Yes.
Let's see you buzzing in this game. So Jason's running the camera. If it suddenly
why it's
starts
shaky,
twitching
you know
around,
why.
gets shaky, you know what it is. He's got a little bit of energy overdrive. Let's give you a quick rundown as we get into the game anyway, just to show you. Dark Passage actually beat, I can't even read my own writing. It's Domino something, wasn't it? Domino.
They beat Domino Reaction.
Domino
and
Reaction.
Team
I
Druids.
can't actually read my own writing. That's pretty bad. That's how bad I wrote it earlier on. I was
It's the energy
I was in a
drinks.
bad way earlier on. Let's put it that way.
And then Different Dimensions actually beat Team Bulgaria, and then of course
Yeah.
Reported and Deported.
Which is a
as well.
great name, by the way.
Fantastic.
Reported and Deported.
It's better than Unicorns of Love.
No, Unicorns of Love is a fantastic
hate that
game.
name.
Fantastic name, fantastic badge, fantastic everything. Like guys with personalities. It's a refreshing breeze for the European scene, trust me. So game's getting underway, ladies and gentlemen. If you just joined us, it is 1-1 currently, 1 apiece. Greece versus Turkey, Dark Passage versus Different Dimensions. We'll see how this one works out as we get to game 3. What do we think? What are our predictions from this one? Because this is
I feel like it all is on the back of a non-psycho here on the Rex side. Like, I feel like if he doesn't play well, it's over because you're just out of man. Obviously, it's like a very new champion. You haven't had that much time to play it yet. So to bring it out in a game like this is really ballsy out of him. But I want to see how it works out. In terms of compositions alone, though, the Corki Zerath poke's going to be difficult. The Gnar as well is a difficult thing you have to worry about since it's been banned every single game and we're finally seeing it get slipped through. I still don't understand the Malphite pick. Like, it's again, Lady Warrior seems to only play these tanky champions.
So my theory behind it is
Okay.
that Nar's going to be like, bang, 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 throw dude Mega Nar and like try and
Mega
check them
Nar
all
things.
together, while the rest of the team are poking off at the side. While he wants to smack them, interrupt them, take them out of that, so they can't basically, when Nar's doing his thing, they can deal with Nar, and Malphite goes over and tanks the rest. It's my theory.
We'll see if it works.
It's not a solid one.
It's better than
just
anything
a
I
theory.
had.
It's
better
just a
than anything I
theory.
had.
Let's get into the game, ladies and gentlemen, as Game 3 gets underway. Dark Passage this time starting out as the blue team with Gnar, Pantheon, Zerath, Corki, and Janna up against Different Dimensions that are playing Malphite, Rek'Sai, Syndra, Graves, and Thresh. And this is going to be interesting to see, how Rek'Sai performs. Of course, he's not available for the Intel Extreme Masters. Generally, with Riot, it is a 4-week rule for per champion when it's been released, because obviously they want to make sure there's no random balance issues, random bug issues.
Yeah, 2 weeks per patch.
But we're on live. This is available. This is great. So we're going to get really our first glimpse at how a pro team will handle this. So a non-psycho is going to be that guinea pig.
The thing is, like Rek'Sai.
Woe be it, the rest of the world watching you right now. A non-psycho.
No pressure.
So no pressure at all playing this one.
Thing is, like, the kit he has is so crazy. Like, the fact that you can burrow. Okay, obviously, you can sustain in jungle really easily. When you build up your Fury meter and you burrow, you heal over time, and it takes your Fury away. But the whole tunneling system, you can get in some ridiculous positions. And not to mention, like you mentioned before in the last game, like you put a pink ward down here, it never gets spotted. If you put a burrow down here, you can pop your ultimate from base, get straight to it, and get right behind him. And they never check those kind of bushes. So it's really, I think it can be a very high skill cap champion. But I want to see how it's going to work out here in this kind of setting.
And with it only being out for, what, under a week? It's
Yeah.
safe to say, like, teams will not be expecting it just yet. They've obviously played it. Chances are actually in solo queue, it's probably banned quite a lot right now. We saw it banned in the very first game here, and then everyone forgot about it. And they went, oh, Christ, we're suddenly coming through. So, buddy system coming out for Different Dimensions here. We are going to see Lady Warrior just helping out more than following on his jungler.
I apologize for all the time I'm going to spend on him as well. I just want to make sure to see.
Well, we want to see what he's
Yeah.
leveling up. This is something everyone wants to see. So he's obviously gone for the Q as the level 1 and then the W as level 2,
yeah,
which
so
will
he's got
go
the
through
burrow
the...
with his W.
Yep.
So you can burrow, unburrow with it. Obviously, you saw the knock, the Q. When your burrow does like a Nidalee Spear kind of thing, that does AoE damage. So he took the burrow, obviously, level 2, because he wants to be able to heal up when he goes under. And not to mention, he can get another knockup while he's fighting during the meantime. So it's a very high sustained jungler. A lot of damage behind it too. Like, just in the game I was playing alone, you build tankiness, and you can still put out quite a bit.
Yeah, and apologies if I don't use the exact names, the Queen's Wrath Prey Seeker, but chances are you guys at home probably have no clue what I'm talking about.
I'm happy I even know what the abilities do.
Yeah.
Like,
well,
that's what I've got.
Pure potluck that you played it out
Yeah.
yesterday, I think it was. So at the moment, we'll see how it works out, because wasn't expecting to see this today. We knew it was available though, so we weren't sure like whether any teams would risk it, but clearly they're going for it. Smite used on the Wolves there. We'll give him the little bit of vision required. Of course, a quick smite these days, so we'll be back available shortly. Goes straight into the blue buff. Boom, knock up. And what did he go?
So he leveled up his E second.
Okay.
So the more Fury you have, the more damage it does. So you have 100 Fury, it does double damage, I believe, than it standardly will.
Furious Bite.
And then his Q obviously gives him like kind of an AoE damage and does a little bit more as well. But in the meantime, I guess we can stick off him because Crystal, well, he's already cleared his jungle, so he's quicker than Rek'Sai was.
Mid lane, actually. Naru taking some serious punishment in that mid lane. We can see, of course, this is the first time we've seen them differing in champions a little bit here. Naru on Xerath. Fairly immobile when you consider Syndra's going to be trying to pop him off, stun him long range, but it's the bottom lane. We're going to see Crystal jumping down there. Pounce good, Flay straight away. And that will keep him alive. Ooh, that death sentence so close on touch there. Here he comes. There's the long range snipes you can do that we've seen doing tremendous amounts of damage actually when built up.
There's his first burrow right there as well, so very easy to kind of facilitate some really sweet ganks coming in. Meantime, top end, I want to see how this one's going. Cloth armor, 5 health pots for Lady Warrior, trying to just survive his lane. He's keeping up in CS now, but I feel like obviously what Elwin will be able to do is build damage. Like, you don't have to worry about getting tanky right now. Build damage so you can beat Malphite in a 1v1, and then you have complete dominance of your lane. That's what he did last time with Jax. Yeah, he struggled in the beginning because of the ganks, but he became too powerful for Lady Warrior to deal with.
Well, no, possibly the cutest champion in the game right now. I think he's stolen that mantle off Teemo. Hasn't got his own hat yet just yet, though, I don't think, unless maybe that just snuck into the new merchandising store. I didn't check, but this bottom lane, interesting to see how it works out. This is kind of an old school Season 2 lane more than anything, honestly. Corki and Jan are up against the Graves Thresh. Of course, I tell a lie, because the Thresh Prince came in Season 3. It's the first time we saw it with Fast Fingers Eddie running that one for
Thresh King.
Yeah, the Thresh King for Moscow Prince, 5 whatever. Gambit days.
Impressive.
Ooh, there's some trading going back and forward. Good snipe. Lands onto Mage Bane. Mage Bane very low right now. He's going to have to play this one fairly distant, but look at this. Crystal coming around. He wants to take some tank damage, but good clearance from Mage Bane. He's going to back away. Takes that shield. It's going to be a drive-by. Fancies it. Here's it. And you can see Rek'Sai. Rek'Sai's going to try and draw him in. This is actually bait. Trying to pull him in there. Rek'Sai will instead come across and soak up that experience, but he knows that Crystal is in the jungle. Can they collapse on towards him? Does he fancy it? Does he fancy a duel with a Pantheon right now? I mean, he's going to get more experience right here.
Oh, keep in mind, when he's burrowed, he can actually see farther than his normal distance.
Yeah, you have the pulses.
The pulses. So he could actually see him across walls and such. So it makes it really hard to kind of counter a Rek'Sai when you're invading his jungle, because he's going to see you every single time. But again, using those burrows, I want to see how he uses that level 6, though, because that's going to be really crucial. Each of these burrows lasts 10 minutes. So you can put down quite a few across the map, allowing you to just teleport wherever you want to. It's basically like a free teleport. You can split push so well with them. And one thing we should look at, as you mentioned before, we're not seeing Hunter's Trailblazer. We're seeing the Stalker's Blade this time.
Yes, so first time we see a
reduced
variance.
And movement speed. So this is the movement speed one I was mentioning before. Makes it really easy to chase. Yeah,
and it fits very well for him. He knows that Crystal was just there. Is he going to throw a tunnel here as well? Nope. I thought he might take a peek and chuck one in there between the dragon, but instead he is trying to set up over the gank. There's the stun. They're trying to draw Naru in here. He's going to bite fit. They're going to go try and duel. Gets the knock up on him. Not quite enough, though. Couldn't follow up. The stun had already been used. And instead didn't throw out the ultimate towards him. He held that one back.
We did have Lady Warrior actually use his teleport to get back towards that top side, so building straight towards a Frozen Heart, I believe. Reduce that attack. So even pops the ultimate under turret here, looking for the kill, but unfortunately he was just too far out of range.
Well, he's still going to have a lot of damage towards him, and he can't run away from this one. One more hit, there's the slap, not quite enough. Gets the hop and the bounce off the minions, and that is how quickly you can escape. Now, mid lane, he's got the pounce available, of course, no leap just yet, and Mage Bane playing it safe. Still got that Flash Ignite available. Whoop.
It wouldn't be a game without a pause.
No, I know. I thought we'd started off so well, but now Rek'Sai saying he's got lag and a disconnect for Panda Life. Graves. Okay, so Dominant has disconnected. That's actually a tricky position because they're right in a fight down the bottom there.
They unfortunately can't go look at it right now. But as you can see on the main map alone, it looks like he's a little bit overextended. He still has like full health, so
yeah,
it looks like he hasn't taken too much damage just yet. But it's cool to actually see, you know, a different item. I want to see how Non uses the blade in this one. I want to see how he actually kind of catches out some with it, because it's like kind of like a dueling potential.
So it said he's DC'd, yet he didn't DC. I see how you're playing this one. This is an unfavorable position for us. Lag, guys, lag. Yes, no. Anyway, let's carry on.
We just okay, go.
We'll give him the benefit of the doubt on that one. So, Rek'Sai, let's keep an eye on him. How's he skilling up? He's gone for the Q. He's maxing out the Q, which is the... Tell you the
snipe.
And the Queen's Wrath Prey Seeker. Prey Seeker's the snipe when you burrowed like that. That's the Prey Seeker right there. And Queen's Wrath when he comes up and gets the big claw swipe.
Yeah, and the AoE damage. So that's kind of one thing that explains why he's not going the Hunter's Trailblazer, because he has a lot of AoE in the jungle, so he doesn't need the extra, you know, clear speed, and helps him duel a bit more, does some true damage as well behind that. So kind of makes sense that he's going for that route. But I want to see his ganks now. He's level 6. He can obviously travel to his burrows, to his holes, but he doesn't really have anything placed just yet to make it worthwhile.
I don't think he's fancying it either. Doesn't need it. I mean, we haven't had too many ganks on the bottom lane throughout the entire series, so there's no reason to go looking for them down there, which he is kind of having a peek.
What was that?
Oh, he just replaced the tunnel there. So I guess he's just giving a little tri-bush coverage. Didn't know maybe where Pantheon was because they've not got any vision on him for a while, so just double-checking it, possibly.
He could also put put one like down back here, obviously off to the side, give you a little bit of the ability to get around the map. But again, I don't know. I feel like his ultimate doesn't really make it easy for him to gank. It just makes it easy for him to split push. I think him as like a solo laner would be really interesting to see. Maybe that top lane built Bruiser-ish.
I tell you what, he's actually struggling right now against this Malphite. There's the passive being popped. Now he's turning around. Megadar comes out. And that will absolutely force Malphite back. But look at it. He's just gone full tank. Look at that. Armor all the way.
That's the thing. So Gnar probably going to be living up his W. So he can get actually living his boomerang for harass. But the downside for Lady Warrior is he can't really afford to build a Chalice. So he's always going to struggle with mana. So as long as he has mana, he can go head-to-head against Gnar pretty well. But immediately once he runs out, Gnar gets full control of it. Especially if Gnar gets a little bit of lifesteal, it's going to be almost impossible for Lady Warrior to beat him in this one. Even though we saw a really close 1v1 earlier on.
Meanwhile, Syndra in this mid lane up against Xerath Naru versus Mage Bane. It's been a pretty impressive duel between the two so far. Haven't had any action yet. This is actually the longest time since the First Blood has appeared. We're 10 minutes into this game already.
Welcome back to EU West.
Yeah, welcome back. Except we're not on the EU West, unfortunately. It's Nordic East, which normally used to have a lot of kills. But looks like Rek'Sai in the hands of Anon Psycho is going to take a peek at this bottom lane and see if he can burrow in and get some knock-up on either of these champions.
He doesn't have flash up just yet. He committed that earlier on when he went for that gank on mid lane. As you can see them just sitting really far back, not really in a hurry to go for anything, though they have Pantheon now level 6. He could go for the man drop bottom. Rek'Sai already waiting, and they're going for it.
He's jumping in, he's coming behind him. Graves is going to be the focus target instead. Rek'Sai comes straight up and instantly knocks him away. The flame not going to land, and now Graves is in trouble. Sorry, Thresh is going to get caught out. There's going to be the ultimate from Graves. Not quite enough damage. The Ignite running doesn't get himself the kill. They're all very, very low. There's a good knock-up. Steelback taken low, but he gets himself the first blood, and they're going to quickly turn this into a triple. Straight away, Steelback, one more shot, gets it down. Here comes Malphite around the side. He really wants to pick up some free kills off this one. Will have his ultimate. There it is. That's going to be a quick drive-by on Steelback, but it's only a 3-for-1.
It's a 3-for-1, and they lost top turret. Like, that was completely not favorable for them, and that teleport was just useless, unfortunately. Yeah, he gets one kill, but not with what it would cost for them to get that one down. And either way, that was a fantastic little turnaround. They forget about, like, if you're playing as Pantheon, you forget about how much damage he does, because once you drop below 15% health, it's pretty much going to one-shot you no matter what, because of that instant crit that he gets. But the collateral damage that came in was phenomenal. It did so much to them. But the Janna Monsoon, it just heals you up too much.
Yeah, he was so dear. It is going to be a...
that minion block.
That's the flash for it. And it kills a kill, but it's a flash used that really, if it wasn't for that single minion block, wouldn't have been the case, but instead, they've actually gone for a lane swap.
Yeah, they have. So Graves going to be pushing out that top side here. Malphite going to continue to shove the bottom. And now, maybe potentially going to see Dragon here. I mean, You do have potential to go for it. They have Crystal down for another 6 seconds, so kind of why not? The only problem is that, unfortunately, we have Dominant in that top lane, not really able to help out.
Well, he's making his way down now the river. Steelback putting some good damage on towards Man Alive. Make sure he destroys that tunnel. Yeah.
I thought you had actually attack it, but you walk into it.
Yeah, you just stand on it for a few seconds, I believe it is. And there is an on-psycho. So he's nearby. Doesn't look like the Dragon's going to get started off. It is going to be just instead warded out with a number of players nearby. Touch is going to back off and buy. Mage Bane has yet to complete that challenge. Looks like Naru himself is about to go back. And is he going to Theans or Morellonomicon? It is the Morellonomicon. Again.
Pretty strong item to buy up, considering, again, the cooldown reduction on it. I wouldn't be surprised if they actually did make the 20% like unique. Because that's the big killer of it, right? Like, obviously, you get 168 ability power, you get 200% base regen, 40% CDR. It's so really hard to kind of counter that with another item. But either way, Dragon Bean started up here. You can see no one's even stopping it on the side of Dark Passage, and that will be free here now on the side of Different Dimensions.
Yeah, so first Dragon goes to DD, Different Dimensions from Greece. They won game 1 fairly dominantly, but game 2 very much went the way of Dark Passage. But every game won so far has been when they pick up the first Dragon. And that's now they've started to get the lead. So is this a sign for things to come from Different Dimensions as Rek'Sai tunnels his way down? They've both been spotted by wards, so you would hope that this duo pairing would back away well in advance. Almost baiting it out, are they? Are we going to see a man drop coming in? Teleport is coming in. So there's the... There's Nark coming around the side. Cannon locks on towards him. It's only Lady Warrior Stomps who can turn back around. Has got the ultimate available. Will quickly stomp on towards him in the end. Will he get in the lantern? Yes, he will. He's safe. But now, you can see Steelback trying to land down in there. Oh, snipe from Naru. Nicely done. Second snipe is available to him. They're just cleaning up here. This has all gone kinds of wrong for Different Dimensions. And Dark Passage get a 4 for 0 without any troubles at all. That's going to be the tower as well. And, well, they've just cleaned up.
And the key to that fight was the fact that Steelback 1v1 dominant in the lane, so you forced him out of the fight. Wasn't allowed to do that collateral damage. Like, you imagine the 3-man knockout that we had happen here. If the collateral damage and the buckshot would have crossed that, they would have had that fight easily. So it's a great job by Corky.
There's the ace
coming in right there for DP. Now they're up 8-2. And, one thing that we're seeing Different Dimensions do every game now is they run a tanky top laner, and they try to skirmish a lot in the mid game. But because Lady Warrior lost his first turret and he's been roaming around the bottom side, picking up Dragon, trying to pick up some kills, it's allowed now Nard to get a 40 CS lead, a Frozen Mallet now done, and to allow him to get really strong. I don't really like this kind of play style of these tanky top laners. We see a lot of bruiser top laners that can still do some damage, and that's exactly what, obviously, Elwyn's been running every time.
Definitely, stunt straight away. Panda Life's taking way more than he bargained for there as he tries to just come in and pick up absorb some free experience. He's like, nope, don't want none of this. But Naru, good sniping from him as well. And soloing Mage Bane down. Mage Bane himself has been struggling here. Wasn't sure what we're going to see with his Syndra pickup. Instead, he's having to play very cautiously against this Xerath of Naru.
Have we seen one ultimate out of Rek'Sai yet? I don't think we've seen a non do it.
Don't believe so.
Oh, isn't it stunned up here? He's getting very low. Crystal could actually stun him up off to the side.
He's going to go for him. He's having to get the hell away. He's going to get sniped out. Xerath, one more hit. Is it going to be enough? He's going to wait for it. Doesn't quite get it because he got interrupted by Syndra, who himself turns it around. Crystal taken low by the Ignite. Not quite enough to take him down. And quickly, the counter comes in. Steelback on there. There's going to be Nar picking up 1 kill. The tower will fall as well. It's another objective that can be gained along with another kill.
So look at this. Again, they're trying to go for these mid-fight skirmishes for Different Dimensions, but where's Graves? He's bottom lane pushing. He's not helping out with these fights. And this is just making it easier and easier here for DP to just constantly win the fights left and right. And it's... honestly, it's just all downhill here for DD. Like, this, they completely messed up, I think, the picks and bans. The Rex side not really working out like we wanted to see.
Chase him all the way. Yeah, Nar's going to come up. Mega Nar comes in. There's the slun. There's the slowdown. There's the Xerath poke. They're not going to follow. They don't actually have vision. Instead, we're going to see them going in towards Naru. Flashed out. Will get sniped from range, but Anon, well, he tried a little gambit pulling out this Rek'Sai, who, as of yet, has been fairly ineffective.
Yeah, very. I mean, the thing is, like, what do most junglers have that Rek'Sai doesn't? Is, like, a really strong gap closer. Like, Pantheon can drop in. We saw Lee Sin with, obviously, the Q before, a little bit earlier on. Jarvan, the EQ. Like, Rek'Sai obviously has the burrow, yes, and then the knock-up off the back of that if he's close enough. but you can't depend on that knockup to really facilitate things. He has a Syndra for some stuns, so you had potential in the mid and top lane to gank, but because the top lane got pushed out of the laning phase too quickly, because mid lane has been a little bit too difficult for him, he hasn't been able to facilitate any ganks. Not working out for him. I would love to see it again in a solo lane though, maybe top lane, but clearly the jungle right now, it's not working out.
Well, normally you'd have to pair it with some sort of crowd control, and they actually have it. Oh, Xerath. Oh, wow, you just knocked him out of that one, but doesn't matter. Steelback will
They
pick
have
that
the
one
crowd
up.
control. Like, you're definitely right. The problem is that they didn't have the time to execute it because the lane phase, I think, ended way too quickly.
Well, Xerath gets himself another blue buff stolen away this time around. Touch going to make sure that goes down. 5-1-2 for Steelback once again on Corki, having a fantastic game. 8 assists as well for Touch alongside him. 2k gold picked on him, and that was going to force him to go back. Did he just buy? He got himself the BF sword, yeah, along with the Source Boots and the Triforce. He is way ahead right now on Graves.
And let's look at actually what Anon's been able to build up. So he went for the Warrior Enchant. So has a Stalker's Blade, the slow, nice, helps out. But he's not that tanky. Like 63 armor, 66 mag resist, and 1300 health. Like, he's just another squishy target to be killed over and over again. And I'm really feeling for him because, you know, Lady Warrior, he's a tanky monster, 108 armor, 113 magic resist, but once he goes in, if you don't have the backup from Graves, then it won't really mean too much. Like, they need Syndra there as well. Like, they still have a potential for these team fights, but they have to execute them so damn well to make it work.
And he's not going to be able to snipe off there, which is what he was hoping to do, get a little poke on towards Janna. They're coming in for the fight again. They shouldn't be in this position. Lady Warrior taking damage. They are going to go in towards him. Can they get the damage down? No, they're already bullied out of this one, and they may actually get sniped out. You can see Nah really wanted to get that boomerang down. Wasn't enough, but they have just forced away from this second dragon spawn, which will be up in just a few moments. They can't compete this one.
There's nothing they can do about it. I mean, they forced the tankiest man on the other team to back off. They almost killed him if it wasn't for the sake of that lantern. That's all because
TP, though.
He does have TP. He's coming in. He called it.
He's gone for the fountain. TP
needs
is
to
back
back up, though.
Dragon started in, but he could try and snipe it away. Doesn't even get close to taking it down. That was a quick and easy pickup. Now, Dark Passage. I tell you what, they could just collapse on towards him. Nah, perfectly timed. Comes back on towards him. Panda Life taking damage on the side there. Crystal forcing him around the wide. Steelback picks himself up another kill on Magebane. The snipe from Xerath. Is he going to get countered? That's a good pickup. They do manage to take down Crystal, but instead, and Anon Psycho having to run away from this one. Naru, he's looking for more. He may be able to get it. You can see Dominant just try and dodge out of the damage there. Lady Warrior hasn't got the damage to deal with the magic resist. He has got that Negatron, but it's just not enough. Na's going to keep on chasing here. I'm not sure Dominant can jump away from this one. Oh, tries to catch him around the side. They will take down Panda Life. Don't quite get the snipe on Dominant. He will get himself free. But again, a 3 for 1, and the Dragon all going Dark Passage's way. 13-3 now, massive advantage.
It is huge advantage right now, and they've got, what was that, their second? No, it was the first Dragon actually of the game. But again, think about the whole combo that Different Dimensions has. It's a wombo combo, and you take out one person from that whole combo, and it completely falls apart. Like, the Malphite Ultimate needs to be paired in with Syndra, needs to be paired in with Rek'Sai, needs to be paired in with Graves. Still needs to be careful there. But they're not using their combo correctly. And that's allowing DP just to kite them over and over again. Yeah, Crystal did go down, but he got Panda so low that he forced him out of the fight almost right away. And then you had Naru just constantly attacking with the Frozen Mallet, just dancing in the fight. You had Naru who has ridiculous range on Xerath, and you have Steel just constantly rocketing them. They have it hard engaged, but they're not able to use it correctly.
So Dark Passage in full control now. 8,000 gold advantage. Magebane not having much luck with this Syndra build. Panda Life and Touch going head to head. And Magebane going to get slowed off this one. Has to use the stun on towards Nah. He's just been a persistent pain. At 2-0-3 now, untouched so far. Crystal having another fantastic game on Pantheon. Has really, he's not been massively effective, but he's there when it counts.
Mm-hmm. And he's been able to facilitate ganks way better than Anon has. And John almost get bursted from that one. Wants to be popped. And Graves almost going down. Unfortunately, the ultimates won't be enough to finish him off, but the rocket getting him again so low on health, and that's going to be their main damage there too. Like, he's had the relatively easiest time compared to his mid laner in lane, as he's sitting at 1-2-1.
Yeah, but Steelback is so strong right now. 7-1-3. Infinity Edge almost completed already. We're at the 21.5-minute mark, and he's got Triforce and almost Infinity Edge. He's
almost a full item ahead, full Trinity Force ahead.
Yeah, it's a big differential. And look, you can see Magebane. They can't get close to this one. There's rockets doing so much damage on towards him. top lane. Lady Warrior ineffectual in this game. Nah, just dominating it. We wondered with the pick and bans, you know, they had all that focus on Naru, who has pulled out yet another champion, is doing great on it. He is down in CS, but it doesn't matter when you're 2-0-3 against the 0-3-0 Mage Bane, who just hasn't been present in any team fights.
He could be down like 50 CS. As long as he's not getting engaged on by Lady Warrior, then he's doing his job. And look at that, Graves getting caught out.
Oh, not quite taken down. Graves, though, all those hit points he's got, having to fully be used to keep him alive. So, Steelback and Co. all pushing back again onto this turret. I don't think they're going to defend it. Minion wave comes in, and that will be a first inner turret of the game going down in the bot lane. Oh, he tries to go aggressive, but he didn't even have the burst to take it down. Now he may be in trouble as he gets pulled away by the lantern of Panda Life.
Lady Warrior's seen again, just not really having the damage.
Holy moly.
What was that? Oh, that was Rek'Sai ultimate.
Oh
my God. Okay, I was like, I thought, why are you breathing into your mic so heavy? But he's going in looking for Gnar.
I'm not a mouth breather like that bad, but thanks for suggesting it. But, just a massive inhale.
I thought you were just like...
that's the secret of how I gain my oxygen.
You gain your oxygen now before you lose it later.
Oh, dear me.
All right, so now we know what the ultimate sounds like. Good to know.
It's good to know that it's really annoying and loud.
I'd say it was annoying.
It's pretty annoying. It's pretty annoying. Oh, they're going for something here. They've given up. Instead, they're going to try and chase around that. Touch is in trouble. Naru has to flash away. They really want to lock him down. Look at that. Good slow on towards Rek'Sai. Rek'Sai dodges around the side. Can he get on touch? Can they get themselves a second kill in this push? I don't think they can. They can't even catch up with him. And instead, they're going to turn it back around. Steelback. Hooks on one. And that's not really a hook you want, Panda Life. Because now Gnar comes in. Wow. Just decimated him where he stood. And that was a quick 2-1 turnaround once again for Dark Passage.
Different dimensions are just constantly getting caught out here. I mean, I'm surprised they haven't surrendered at this point here. And Lady Warrior, the tank is met again on the team. We'll pop an ultimate in there, but what is there to back up? The exhaust perfectly timed onto Graves, and he will drop to that one as well. And that's, what, 4 kills now?
4 for 1 now, yeah. They tried to turn something around, but it is backfiring horribly. That's going to be the inner mid turret going down now. A 9-1-5 Steelback having a fantastic performance in this match, and I think we should give a big bonus credit to that Gnar as well. And a 0-0-15, Jana. 0-0-15. You couldn't get much better than that for your support. Well, you could get 0-0-17, but it's a bit tricky when there's one-on-ones going on.
Yeah. But either way, you're spot on. Has a fantastic game. Mikhail's Crucible as well to heal up, and also obviously get out his Corki from a stun if it does happen onto him. Frostgreen's claim picked up for slowing in for Kaidim. Renan's Omen now done for Gnar as well. I mean, we're seeing exactly why Gnar's been banned in every game so far here away from DP, and honestly, Elwin's been having a fantastic game on it so far.
Yeah, giant tanky menace now. That's all he is, and absolutely we'll see banned once again the second time around. Yeah, and Lady Warrior, not too effective in this one. Has picked up those 2 kills, but that was really only cleanup kills when he managed to get that ultimate down.
I feel like he needs a different champion pool. Like, for me, he feels like Wicked back in what was it, CLG EU times. Like, he only played a few champions. And he didn't like to expand upon his pool that much.
Kind of still does.
I didn't say it. But you can't just play tanky top lane champions. You need to be like Soas, who plays anything top lane. You need to be like Vizichachi, who plays anything top lane to really be able to do anything. And, oh, another kill coming in for Steelback right there. Lady Warrior, unfortunately, just too far behind to do anything about it.
Oh, teleport comes in, locks in, unstoppable force to get himself Naru down. You can see touch is very low as well. This could turn into a good fight for different dimensions, but they have to focus on Steelback. Oh, they popped the ultimate, but it wasn't quite enough to take him down. Towards him, he flashes out. He's still low, but he's not down. And now he's putting the damage down from range. And just like that, Dark Passage, they focus back in while someone's focused out. They pull in, and another player picks up the kills. This time around, it's Crystal. Can he get a triple? Will he be giving it? I'm not too sure. Doesn't matter. Yes, he's going to take it. Nope. Nope. Now it's just going to steal it. 6-0-5.
And that was an ace. 5 for 1 there coming in. Now you have Steel at 10-1. And I mentioned the Mikhail's Crucible earlier on and how pivotal it could be for this game. You saw exactly why right there. He had so much damage done to him, but the Mikhail's kept him healthy enough that he didn't get bursted down, allowed him to flash over the wall and escape the outfight, and obviously not go down the fight. So, yes, it's tied between him and the AD carry of the opponent. Look at the gold difference.
Yeah, it's
4,000.
It's a big difference. And that's a full item right there. Well, we'll see. I think Different Dimensions definitely need to think of a different approach for the next game, because this one has not worked out. They've kind of been sussed out as the Draven ward goes down. Oh, what are you doing, Panda Life? What are you doing? I mean, you're hooking someone in and you're really getting nothing from it because the rest of the team are following through. Right now they have next to no vision, which is what he's trying to gain. And you do get a little bit with all those tunnels being dotted around, but they are grouping up in the middle lane. There's the tank going down. What are you going to do now? Nothing. Nothing at all, because the main tank has been dropped and they're just going to strip down this turret. 27 minutes into the game, first inhibitor turret goes down. Inhib will follow, and you know what? They may actually just be able to keep on pushing.
I feel like they can win this game easily with, what, almost 20 kills ahead right now? Not to mention the goal difference top of this. Mage so low in life, and without their engage there, without their whole wombo combo initiate, then they have nothing. That's the problem. They've fallen so far behind because of this now. You know, Mage Bane, who really excelled in game 1 on that Orianna, is 0-4 and had a very bad last game as well. And Dominant, who played Graves quite a bit actually to get here in the semifinals, who had really strong games in that, hasn't been able to perform. It's not necessarily his fault. It's just, well, Panda's dead.
It's a trap, and Panda gets caught out around the side there. Oh, a non-psycho. You didn't want to get involved in this fight. We're going to see maybe an Unstoppable Force. Doesn't fancy it just for the 2. And we're going to see the bounce away instead. Unstoppable Force still being held onto. But while that's happening, around the side, we do see the mid lane Mage Bane getting picked off. Lady Warrior now stripped off that health. That is going to be the 13th kill of the game, being picked up by Steelback. There's the Pantheon. Crystal picking up himself a kill. Dominant's going to run away to the tower, but they double flash on towards him. There's the surrender. And Dark Passage go 2-1 up after it was 1-0 loss at the start. And what a dominant performance, though, this time around. 27-5. At no point throughout this entire game did Dark Passage look like they were going to lose that. 13-1-9 for that bottom lane of Steelback. We were talking about in game 1 and game 2 how there wasn't really much going on between them. But this time around, he had the help of Crystal M. Wasn't really sure about the Rek'Sai, got to be honest, from a non-psycho. Kind of ineffectual. And I think himself probably hasn't had enough practice because his team didn't even know when he was going to gank. I
don't think he knew when he was going to gank some of the times. But again, I think it comes back to the whole combo that Different Dimensions is running. The whole tanky top laner, depending on your mid lane, your AD carry to be the only damage doers for your team. Every single time DP has ran with a DPS hybrid tank top laner, and they've been able to, well, he hasn't really lost his lane that bad. They need to switch something up. You can't depend on this wombo combo to win the game. And also the whole mid-game roaming. You know, you're saying before that everything seems to be switching to like a mid-game oriented kind of composition. Well, we saw it there. DP, they got a strong mid-game, and they completely just walked over them. 27-5 was the final scoreline, and Janna finished off at 0-0-24. Assisted in 24 out of the 27 kills.
Well, fantastic stuff. Dark Passage looking solid in Game 3 here. We are going to have Game 4 coming up shortly. Will it be Dark Passage? Will they take it all? It is theirs to win now after a shaky start. Honestly, we were very surprised by Different Dimensions in Game 1, but again, they've pulled it back. Can Greece pull it back and even things out? Will we have all 5 games in this series? Find out, ladies and gentlemen, shortly, because we're going to go to a quick break. Game 4 will be coming up in around about 5 minutes' time.